Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today the Houston Rockets have signed Fred VanVleet to a 2-year, $50 million deal with a player option after the Rockets declined Fred VanVleet's team option of $43.9 million. I got to say, I think my respect for Fred went up a lot here. I know that it wasn't a player option and it was a team option. It was the Rockets' decision to get rid of that $43.9 million option there. And, yeah, I get it. It was the Rockets' decision to decline it. But, Fred's salary next year could have been $44 million, and the Rockets ended up offering him $25 million. He could have been pissed about them declining the option and said, no, you know what, I don't want to re-sign with you guys because, y'all declined my team option, and now I'm looking at being $19 million less than I would be making if y'all would have accepted it. Now, I'm not saying that happened, but I'm just saying that, that's what he could have done. But instead, he takes the $25 million a year. That's what I wanted the Rockets to be around with Fred in an extension, 25, 30 at the most. But it's great that the Rockets got Fred for, 25 a year, and Fred gets a player option next year instead of the Rocket. The Rockets had a team option this year, so next year it's in Fred's control. Fred next year will have the decision of, does he opt in or does he opt out? And it's not a decision he has to wait for what the Rockets will do. But I am really happy that Fred VanVleet will be back with this Rockets team next year. You can see in the playoffs how big he is for this team. I know the regular season wasn't always great, but in the playoffs, it was fantastic. 19 points per game, 4 assists per game, and was lights out from three. 44% from three, 9 attempts per game for three in the 7-game series against the Warriors. And keep in mind, he started off really bad in the series in the first 2 or 3 games from three. You look at the last 4 games, he was like over 50% from three in the last 4 games from games 4 to game 7. And he just played great basketball through those games. And you saw what, he did in the 2019-20 postseason in 11 games, 20 points per game, 7 assists per game. He's just been a playoff performer. And I think, with the way this Rockets team is going right now, adding in Kevin Durant, that's the type of guy you want on your team as the starting point guard. And this season, the regular season, he averaged 14-6 with almost 2 steals per game and almost 4 rebounds per game. From 3 shot 35%, which wasn't as good as the season before with the Rockets at 39% in the 2023-24 season. And now with this contract, with the Rockets declining the team option of Fred VanVleet, the Rockets are officially saying goodbye to the 2 contracts that they signed Fred VanVleet and Dillon Brooks in the 2023 offseason. The Rockets signed both Dillon Brooks and Fred VanVleet to big deals. And now Dillon Brooks has been traded. The Rockets are, don't have that contract anymore. And then, yes, Fred VanVleet is still on the team, but it is a new contract for Fred. So Rockets are no longer, going to have either one of the contracts that they signed with Fred or Dillon. And that after that 2022-23 season 2 years ago. Let me know your thoughts on the extension for the Houston Rockets and Fred VanVleet in the comment section, and peace out.